bars, 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 bars.
Live from the Windy C Radio studio in the shops at Iverson. This is the Balancing Act Radio Show, hosted by AJ Throwback, only on WindyCRadio.com, the Windy C Radio app, Facebook Live and YouTube Live on the Windy C Radio pages, and of course, it's all powered by GoWin.media.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, and everybody in between. Welcome to another special, it's always special, edition of the official Hump Day Motivation for the DMV and beyond. This is, of course, the one and only Bars. I'm your host, AJ Throwback, proud to be here with you, broadcasting from the Windy C Radio studio right here in the shops at Iverson on a cold, but, I feel like winter is slowly trickling out. Wednesday morning, it's sunny at least, so at least we got some sunshine, no rain like Monday. Yeah, we got a packed show for y'all today. As you've seen from the promos, we're going to be talking about favorite queens of hip hop, showcasing a lot of I posted a question on Facebook, on my Facebook page. Follow me at Joseph Lawrence Goins, or, send me a friend request. So I just put it out there. Your favorite woman hip-hop artist, and your favorite verse song. I forgot what else I put. But, yeah. Whatever you love from your favorite women hip-hop artists, because it's still Women's History Month. And, I feel like the ladies don't get enough shine when it comes to hip-hop a lot of times. So, I wanted to make sure that during this month we made sure that we shine a light on our hip-hop queens out there, our legends, showing them love. Got a lot of different responses from people. Some people a few people I didn't even know about that I know I'm going to have to research. But, yeah, so that's what we got on deck for today. In the meantime, you are currently listening to music from our producer of the week, none other than Miss Andre Latil, born in Florida, but spent most of her time right here in the Maryland suburbs after a life as a military brat. She's also a videographer and digital media teacher with her Bachelor of Arts from HU, the real HU, Howard University, School of Communications and Audio Production. Starting her broadcast career as a producer with WHUR, she has produced creative work for some of the nation's top radio personalities, including Tony Richards, Michelle Wright, and DJ Frank Ski. As a music producer, she released her extended play project Libra Season in October 2014, and later combined forces with 3 DC artists to form the hip-hop and soul collective Afrocentric, and soon after released a collaborative album entitled Libra Season Afrocentrism. She's also involved in the Black Girls Hand Games Project, a grassroots creative arts program dedicated to using childhood hand games to uplift joy and resiliency for black girls. Last year, she contributed significantly as a producer and lyricist and singer to BYP 100 Black Youth Project 100's Black Joy Experience compilation album, billed as freedom songs and liberation chants from the movement. So make sure y'all follow her on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Andre Latil. That's ONRAELATEAL. And you can find her music at OnreLatil.com. And I gotta shout out my man ADST Music for putting me onto her, as well as that Blessed Girl. So two of our dope, dynamic women producers. Gotta shine a light on the women producers, man, because it's a male-dominated industry, and I always want to make sure that we shout out our sisters, because they out here doing work and doing great work out here. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into the music. This is Danae Joy with Shake It on the official Hump Day Motivation for the DMV and beyond. This is Buzz.
DJ, Nicky Nice, Nicky Nice.
Salute Kings and Queens, this your man Villadom, aka Mr. Briefcase, and y'all now rocking with my man AJ Throwback on bars, the official hump day motivation for the DMV and beyond, only on When DC Radio. Power.
Yeah, New Jerusalem, you know it, yeah. Timing is everything. I can't force it if you got it straight, but if you don't, you gon' have to wait. Cause timing is everything. You either ready or not. Time's moving, can't steady the clock. Timing is everything. Getting over the nervousness, steady working it, first come first to serving it. Before the casket get the dirt on it, just want that opportunity to make it permanent. And I'm learning that time don't wait for no man. Get with the program, still chilling now, you frozen. If you moving when it's moving, everything in motion. But if you still when it's moving, that's evidence you're loafing. Cause you ain't body for real. You're too late, you're missing out on the meal. should've came earlier. Took your time and hurried up. I'm at my own pace, so what you worried for? Yesterday is gone. Today's the present, that's the blessing, man, come on. The opportunity may not be obviously. Just put yourself in the position where you gotta be. Cause timing is everything and you don't wanna blow the moment. I've been patiently waiting, now it's time to go on it. I'm focused now, with them dreams I wrote it down. Can't slow it down, by any means hold it down. Hashtag goals accomplished, rose above the nonsense. With no budget and no sponsors, high PowerPoint the conference. Acknowledge that God bless, and diligently keep working the process. Yeah, cause timing is everything. And I'm reminded that life ain't certain. There's one thing that we know for sure. I'ma grind hard and grind some more. So on your mark and say, if you're ready, let's go. Right now, cause tomorrow I don't know. Knock, knock, opportunity is at the door. So what you waiting for? Timing is everything.
This could be your spot where you pull your new customer. If you're an asset or established business or entrepreneur and you believe you have the right product for our audience, then advertise with Bars. For more details on our rates, packages, and deals for first-time clients, email balancingactradioshow@gmail.com. That's balancingactradioshow@gmail.com.
I jump on like yellow. I out with the fofo. I know she a whore. I go where I can't go cause I got the mojo. I whip a 2 or a photo. I whip a 2 to a photo. Hey, I do what I want and I do what I can cause I got the mojo. Hey, cause I got the mojo. Hey, cause I got the mojo. Hey, I know she a whore. I go where I can't go cause I got the mojo. Hey, cause I got the mojo. Hey, cause I got the mojo. Hey, I do what I want and I do what I can cause I got the mojo. I got the mojo. Hey, kicking like Kodo. Hey, fuck what you saying? I don't walk on Maine. I stay in that polo. Dragon Komodo. Come with that book. Get kick out the dojo. My wrist is too cold in the cold with no coat. She popping that piece for pills and promo. Sweat for the Lolo. Wheels are low pro. I'm the baddest mother. Shut your mouth, homie. I'm the baddest mofo. The rofo deep in the stolo. Hop like hello. Rock bottom to the people's elbow. I come with the stick like a violin and get beat with the cello. You selling fish, we ain't buying it. All of my niggas get violent. Clip look like an extension cord. Look it like we never heard of wireless. Every moment that a young bull live, grinding and shining, my niggas, it's timeless. I kill everything, I ain't even in my prime yet. Gorilla on the beat, man, I'm talking primate. Sit back, give me a sec, the man respect, the man is back. Test the cat, matter of fact, click clack, lay it back, bow, yeah. This is I'm in my zone now. I done came up now, I get on now. I done did it by myself, I own that. Yeah, play with that rent money, better stop frontin'. I stay with that rate, let it look and stop bugging. I dump at your auntie, your sister, your cousin. I know the feeling of what wasn't, what wasn't. I can't stand me, I hate him off. Looking off, tripping like a nugget, own something. Hand out like a nugget, own something. Keep my new, well, that my old woman. I know what it is and I know what it ain't. Checks out the box on the way to the bank. I be 12 deep, still riding solo, cause I got the mojo, the mojo. I jump on like yellow. I out with the fofo. I know she a whore. I go where I can't go cause I got the mojo. I whip a 2 or a photo. I whip a 2 to a photo. Hey, I do what I want and I do what I can cause I got the mojo. Hey, cause I got the mojo. Hey, cause I got the mojo. Hey, I know she a whore. I go where I can't go cause I got the mojo. Hey, cause I got the mojo. Hey, cause I got the mojo. Hey, I do what I want and I do what I can cause I got the mojo.
If you're an urban contemporary indie artist, then this is your platform. Send us clean versions of your music to balancingactradioshow@gmail.com. That's balancingactradioshow@gmail.com.
My babies look at me and cry. All I could do is lie. I tell
put food up on the table with no money, trying to get by. Kids screaming, Daddy, I'm hungry. I'm telling them it's coming and it hurts to lie. So I say, wipe your eyes, go to sleep. You'll have some when you wake up. Gotta make a run for this paper. Yeah. Oh Lord, please save us from this poverty paradise. Lord have mercy. Trapped in this vampire life and I'm thirsty. Feeling unworthy and it just irks me. Searching for answers, but where will the words be? Feels like everyone's got them but me. And I've been grinding, oh I've been trying, but nothing worthwhile ever comes easy. So I'll keep fighting, oh I'll keep grinding now. Trying to put food up on the table with no money, just trying to get by. Kids screaming, Daddy, I'm hungry. I'm telling them it's coming and it hurts to lie. So I say, wipe your eyes, go to sleep. You'll have something when you wake up. Gotta make a run for this paper.
Okay. Oh Lord,
please save us from this poverty paradise.
Mama gon' get this paper, I know it's something to gain. My daughter ain't going hungry, I hustle to make the change. Grinding to meet the budget, still Royal Rumble with pains. And only God can judge me, I'm going against the grain. The oath of all, strictly just to get it. Blessings in disguise, I pray to God I never miss them. Mellow roasting this fire, already stumbled but gifted. I've been through hell, now I'm back. Already humbled through visions, wait. Them temporary layoffs, see. Hard work and dedication's gotta pay off, B. We gon' get it so I never have to lie. This mother love unconditional, they never gon' deny. Mommy gon' hit the streets, do overtime at the job. I'm making them ends meet. Hate seeing my baby cry. Look in my baby eyes and give it all up to God. And finally I'm breaking even, I'm going against the odds.
Put food up on the table with no money, trying to get by. Kids screaming, Daddy, I'm hungry. I'm telling them it's coming and it hurts to lie. So I say, wipe your eyes, go to sleep. You'll have some when you wake up. Gotta make a run for this paper. Oh Lord, please save us from this poverty paradise.
My sections 8 have nots, the mezzanines. In the hood with $1 and a dream, food stamps and them the microphone feed. Concerned with my welfare, you can't take my welfare. Don't speak about your agony, cause the black don't care. My black man tagged with life or killed by cops. Pimps and hustlers for vice or die from a gang sacrifice. Addiction depicting your lifeline slipping in the methadone clinic with amphetamines in it. I track the bars while your arms track stars. Starvation, Ethiopian mirage, please save me God. My adolescence, no Saturdays with the dress and the feast is with the weapon. In the hood, no half stepping. My kids will wake up verbatim, the world I hate them, milk is sour and low, and the hell is where we supposed to go. My paradise is poverty, honor me. We gain knowledge to speak with the wisdom to teach. Blessings.
Food up on the table with no money, trying to get by. Kids screaming, Daddy, I'm hungry. I'm telling them it's coming and it hurts to lie. So I say, wipe your eyes, go to sleep. You'll have some when you wake up. Gotta make a run for this paper.
I love this.
Oh Lord, please save us from this poverty paradise.
Hey yo, I'ma give it up to my girl, that's my word, man. Dre Ray, Baltimore's finest, she holds this down. Hey yo, Drew Ski, low key, that's my Barry Moore, you know? Holla, baby. Hey yo, Rush by Law, my right hand man.
Welcome back to the Balancing Act Radio Show, hosted by AJ Throwback, only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
Yeah. That was Drea Renee featuring Jay Will and Tone Capone with Poverty's Paradise, produced by the legendary Eric Sermon. Shout out to Drea Renee, representing from Baltimore. Hopefully we get her back on the show one of these days soon. Before that, we had my man Sideshow Marley, the award-winning Sideshow Marley with I Got the Mojo. I gotta shout out my man Sideshow Marley. He won an Independent Tone Award over the weekend for Best Rap Song of the Year for Slumber Party. So shout out to Sideshow Marley. Shout out to Ms. Razzle Dazzle, one of the best promoters in the business. You know what I'm saying? Just always supportive of the show. Just been pushing Sideshow and just supporting him. And shout out to Miss Carrie, Miss Bellamy, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to you as well. Sideshow's mama, you know, one of his biggest supporters as well. Before that, we had New Jerus with Timing Is Everything, and starting off the set, we had Danae Joy with Shake It. Definitely want to, before we get into the segment, the main event, Okay, Sideshow, he's watching now. Shout out, my brother. Shout out. Let's see. I see that Miss Lady from Go Win radio show popped her head in a little earlier. Make sure y'all tune into that every Tuesday and Thursday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on Win DC Radio and also Go Radio Live. It's on both stations. Shout out to her. Shout out to my main man Nico, the Go-Ologist. They on, like I said, every Tuesday and Thursday. Shout out my main man Calvin Williams, Lush Vibes Radio. Make sure y'all check him out as well. Make sure y'all follow him on social media all across the board at Lush Vibes Radio. Erica Sutton, I see you. Appreciate you tuning in. The Mrs., of course. You know what I'm saying? My love, my lady, my life. I love you. I appreciate you as always. Neen. She had to, I don't know if she's still watching, but she left me a little bit for the segment for today, so I'll make sure I read her comment as well. Make sure y'all are tuned in to Let's Be Clear and Mike's Corner every other Tuesday. They alternate Tuesdays right here on WinDCRadio.com from 6 to 8 p.m. Shout out Shamika. I see you peek your head in as well. Let me make sure I got everybody covered. You know, I gotta make sure I get my shout outs, get my love into the folks who keep this show going. You know what I'm saying? Give us all the love. I think that's everybody for right now. Without further ado, let's get to this. Hold on. Yeah, let's get to this right here.
Sometimes they're duds, but no matter what, there's always five, and it's always an off. Fake me out, expert opinion only. It's, hold on, mind if we use your acronym? We'll take that as a yes. It's T5DOA, only on bars. Hey.
Yeah, so the main event, favorite hip hop queens. You know, I had to really think long and hard about this, particularly like I'll probably say the 4 and the 5 spot. The 1 through 3 was pretty easy for me because they've pretty much like been in my top 5 for years now. But you know, like it's a lot of times like when it comes to those 4 and 5 spots, even with the guys, it's kind of hard for me because I always swap out the 5. Like sometimes it'll be one person, sometimes it'll be another person. I know a lot of people that are the same way. But one person who was in, you might be surprised by one of the people that's in my 5. And y'all know how I do because, you know, last week we had the songstresses, women R&B soul singers. And, you know, it's a little difficult because a lot of them don't write their own lyrics. But in hip-hop, it's a lot easier to, like, go on bars. So, like, y'all about to get some, I'm going to give y'all the songs I like, the ladies I like, give y'all some bars from all of them. And if you haven't chimed in already, please make sure y'all do. If you're watching via Facebook Live, you can, if you got some ladies that you love in hip-hop, make sure y'all, you know, give me some people, give me some songs, and it doesn't have to be full songs, it could be verses, no matter what, it could be features, it doesn't have to be their songs, but they could be featured on somebody's songs, whatever it might be. So, let's go ahead and get right to it. My number 5, and some people might be, I'm not going to say surprised because she's a dope lyricist, but because she's newer compared to the other 4 in my top 5. I mean, I just gravitate towards this sister so much. But number 5, I got Rhapsody. Rhapsody, what's funny is like listening to her music from when she first started, when she first got the Jamla. Those of y'all who might not know what Jamla is, that's Ninth Wonder, the producer, his label. I think it started off as It's a Wonderful Life or something like that. But then it eventually became Jamla. So she was one of Jamla's first artists. Got there and you could tell that she was raw. You could tell, I mean, she had the skill. The skill was definitely there. But you could also tell in the beginning that it was a lot more of proving the whole hip hop thing. And holding on to the B-girl persona, which I'm here for. I'm totally here for. But then when you see over time, like it evolved and it became more something like she started telling more of her story. She started being a little bit more, not introspective, but I mean she was introspective anyway, but just kind of sort of being a little more socially, like she showed more of her socially conscious side, which I definitely appreciated. So my favorite, I want to give y'all 3 of my favorite verses from her. So one of my favorite verses from her is her verse on Kendrick Lamar's Complexion off of his To Pimp a Butterfly album. And I was already sold on Rhapsody as a lyricist, but when she got on that song, and mind you, she's among all of the features on To Pimp a Butterfly, because everybody else is either a musician or a singer. Rhapsody is the only featured rap artist on the entire album. So that already goes to show you the level of respect that Kendrick Lamar has for her. That's number 1. But then number 2, Kendrick Lamar already kind of killed the song anyway, like did his thing on it. But then Rhapsody came and they switched the beat, because I want to say Pete Rock produced that song. So they switched the beat specifically for her. You got Layla Hathaway singing in the background. She all sweet and sultry. You know how Layla Hathaway does. And then Rhapsody just comes in and just gives you bars. Like she saying stuff like, 12 years of age, thinking my shade was too dark. Love myself, I no longer need Q-Pod. She do that little thing sometimes that she do if you know how Rhapsody get down. Enforcing my dark side like a young George Lucas. Light don't mean you smart. Being dark don't make you stupid. And frame of mind for them busters ain't talking woo-ha. Like, just bars, man. And like, conscious bars. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's still giving you like those witty punchlines, but still saying something at the same time. Because you know, sometimes a lot of rappers, they can punchline you to death, but they not necessarily saying something. So she's one of those type of people, like she can do both. Like, I've always loved that verse. It's one of my favorite verses from her. Another one of my favorite showings from her is actually from her last album, Layla's Wisdom. Absolutely love Layla's Wisdom. Out of everything she's ever done, it's like you just continue to see her growth, because the idea, I think it's The Idea is Beautiful. That was a really good album. But then you see the progression from that to Layla's Wisdom. And one of the best showings of that is on the song Power with Lance Skywalker and Kendrick Lamar. And so she says, the power of the Dussy make a grown man cry. The day I came up out my mom, I saw a grown man cry. They say it has magic powers, even magic ain't die. Wake you up out your sleep to take a 3 a.m. car ride. He said the booty the only thing between him and God. They love the booty, they sacrifice their family and job. Badge make police feel powerful in the hood. Guns make us feel powerful, but they don't do no good. Like, so power, like she's going through all of the different forms of power. Like from the power of the P, power of the badge, power of the gun, like all of these different things, and like kind of busting all of them down. So it's a really dope song. And what I liked about the song, like, it's funny because Jay-Z is one of her biggest influences, but like she had a 50 Cent flow on the beat, because the beat kind of make you think of some 50 Cent G-Unit type of stuff, like vintage stuff, like back in like 03, 04, like 50 Cent G-Unit. Like, she just rides the beat very well on that song. And then one of the last songs I'm gonna mention, Jesus Coming. The last song on Layla's Wisdom. I love her perspective because she's speaking about a mother and daughter in the midst of a senseless shooting. And then like the third verse, she gives like a really poignant tale. And she says, we were staring at the sun too. We were shooting at each other, now we both dying too. I got a family and I know he got a family too. I'm praying to my God and he praying to his too. He fighting for his family and I'm fighting for mine too. Money, oil, land, and gold. The only plan was to make it back safe with both my feet and hands, but it's time to go home. Well, now I'm on my way back going. It's time to go. They'll give my wife a flag and tell my sons how brave their dad was. And when I make it back home, it's time to go. I hope they say the letters, pixing out how much I wish it wasn't time for me to. But now I left with them on my heart. I ain't want no Purple Heart. I'm sorry, baby, but I gotta go. Like, just really vivid. Like, if you've ever dealt with somebody, like if anybody's had, a loved one who, I mean, the thing is, you could look at it like actual army or actual military, or you could look at it like street movie. Either one, she never necessarily specifies it. But that's the genius. That's the beauty of interpretation of art. Like you could really look at it either way. So yeah, Rhapsody is my number 5. My number 4, somebody who does not get enough credit, does not get talked about enough. She had an unsung special, which I absolutely loved. I was glad that they gave her one. But Yo-Yo, and what's funny is I had somebody else in my top 5, but then I started thinking about what this woman has done, me just gravitating toward the music she makes, the messages she makes, her lyricism, her flow, just so many different things. But like Yo-Yo was a beast, man. She was a straight beast. So a couple of my favorite songs from her, Cleopatra, from her most critically acclaimed album of her career, Black Pearl, although it didn't do as well as her first album, Make Way for the Motherlode, but it finds her at her strength, which is like really like empowering black people, and as well as self-affirmation. So one of the bars she says, or one of the verses she says, actually the last verse she says, I hate a young brother that's sexist, cause they got a Lexus, but I'm large as Texas. Say what I gotta say, do what I gotta do. Rolling with the IBWC crew. Now they trolling me to do another song like you can't play with my yo-yo. Don't they know that was done before? I checked it, wrecked it, never butt naked. Down with the lynch mob, but wait a second. Mama didn't take no mess when I was a kid, and thank God that she never did, cause I figure I'd be bigger in the front, waiting for a check every month, watching all my children living in a motel, with all my real children all bad as hell. Life is great when you ain't Section 8, but if you are, keep striving, living and surviving. Do the right thing, and no one can match it, and that's coming from Cleopatra. Like just owning her queen, but also empowering other people to do the same. Own your kingdom, own your queen, own your royalty. Like that's one of the biggest things that I absolutely loved about Yo-Yo. Very much cut from the similar cloth as Queen Latifah, the great Queen Latifah, of course. Another song that I really loved from her was Put a Lid on It from Make Way for the Motherlode. One of the strongest songs to me on that album. And she talks about throughout the importance of having safe sex. So she says, a lot of my homegirls are starting young, and after a while, a sad story is sung. Then 9 months later, you feel the flex when you go from Barbie doll straight to sex. Now, sex is wonderful and all that, as long as you make sure you don't come up fat. Because if you get pregnant, that ain't cool. And if you do it too much, you'll be known as a garden tool. A lot of guys, they just want to screw you. And after that, they want to play like they never knew you. Don't get me wrong, they ain't all the same, but most of them play the same game. Like really trying to empower women at that time to just think smarter about like who they laying down with and things like that. And sometimes, I know sometimes like for some people it might come off as a little judgmental, but I think for her in a lot of instances it's coming from experience, because she even has some other songs on that album where she talks about kind of being a fool for love or being a fool in certain situations. So I think it comes across better for people who've actually been in those positions. Now I don't know about the whole, having a baby and all that stuff, but like I think she was smarter in those situations, but because of the experience that she's seen, it was a lot easier for her to speak on it. And then another one of my favorite songs from her, and it's not even necessarily that it was like a strong lyrical showing from her, it was just like she just came on the song and just the bravado and like the concept. But that's the Bonnie and Clyde theme with Ice Cube from what album was that? I forgot the name of that album. It's her third album that came out, I want to say 93. I think it's like Act Like You. No, that's yeah. You better ask somebody. That's the name of the album. You better ask somebody. So anyway, but yeah, so I always loved when Yo-Yo and Ice Cube got together. I felt like they made a really good tandem together, and they just did some good stuff together. But like she comes in strong on like the first verse after Cube. So she say, I'm the type of girl that's down for my, I lie for my, kill a cat for my, See, he don't mind me flirting, wearing tight skirts, and cause when it's all over, it's curtains. What they don't know won't hurt. They searching on him. I got the gap in my skirt, like, you know, of course, playing right off of the whole Bonnie and Clyde storyline or whatever, and like just vivid. I mean, like I said, it's not like she dropping like super heavy bars, but like it's one of those songs you just gotta enjoy. And I've always like loved that song, and it just jams. The beat goes just nuts. I might listen to it after the show for real, you know. But so those are the first two in my top three. Let me see if there are any comments. While I'm thinking about it, hold on, give me 1 second. I want to make sure I read this now. So Nee from Let's Be Clear, she said, for me, Jay, it has always been light. She might not be doing big music now, but she changed my entire outlook on female MCs. There are many who have given me life with their lyrics, but yeah, light changed the game for me. From paper thin to cha-cha to light as a rock. So yeah, that MC Light, she's one of them type of people, when I talk about people who rotate in and out of my top 5, she's one of those people, because she was in, but then I started thinking about it, I'm like, she's definitely an honorable mention. Like, she's definitely in my top 10. Like, she'd probably be like right at the 6th spot. But I don't know, like, for me, it's like, okay, it's real simple. Like, can I listen to your catalog? Do I clamor to like listen to your songs more often than not? And it's the people that I have in my top, it's a notch. It's a notch or two ahead of us. But always got to salute the legends. MC Light is definitely a legend. And then my main man Calvin, he said, I'm not the biggest of hip hop heads, but one MC that's been on my radar for a long time is Jean Grae. Been in the game 20 plus years and stays grinding. She also acts, writes, and does comedy. Two of her standout tracks for me are Kill Screen and You and Me and Everyone We Know. Jean Grae, like, I'm not gonna say I know her entire catalog, but what I have listened to of hers, man, the woman just does not get enough credit. I mean, I know a lot of people who sing her praises. Like, she's in that same league with like a Bahamadia, where like people know about her, and like the people who are in the know. And Jean Grae is a beast, absolute beast. But for me, you know, like it would feel disingenuous to put her in my top 5. I would have to really think if she would be in my top 10, but she's just phenomenal. She's absolutely phenomenal. So I appreciate both of those contributions to the conversation. So without further ado, let's get back to the music. This is my man Brian Lucas with My Girlfriend on the official Hump Day Motivation for the DMV and beyond. This is Buzz.
It's real. Elevated elegance on another element, and she keep it genuine. Special dedication going out to my. Now I'm in love with the Nubian woman. Choosy with substance, bougie and slumming. Kabuki seduction, she goofy, I love her. Kill her 2-piece, hold my hand loosely in public. She put her hands down, 2 fists for justice. Down for just us, a crown can be trusted. Now we the new Tubman and Douglas. Treat me like a king at the top of a hug list. She a queen, but she know who the boss is. Now we both boss, share profits and losses. She handle business plus interest and lyrics. Y'all rappers ain't singing nothing. She don't wanna hear it. If you grow up out of suffering, she ain't coming near it. Into fitness like a gymnast, only bless me with the kisses. Send it, something citrus, I'm a witness. She tremendous, every outfit is fitted. Reconnected to Kimmy. Elevated elegance. My girlfriend. On another element. My girlfriend. And she keep it genuine. My girlfriend. Special dedication going out to my. I met her on the 4th taking courses. Cooler than Zach Morris as I came forward. She came to the gig looking gorgeous. Sweeter than an orange in Oregon orchards. Everything proportion, pretty as portrait. Cutie was covered like a canvas in the Corcoran. Reading the war gym, pretty couture lens. Hopping out the 2-door Benz, mature slim. Flipping out the Bangkok Swift contortion. Cocoa brown skin sitting on a fortune. Accessories extorted, dressed in short and polo by Ralph Lauren. Celebrity sale organ. Aesthetically nourished, poetically an orchid. Genetic dead Morgans had me staring like a tourist. She hustle every morning, keep the champagne pouring. I escort her like a doorman. Elevated elegance, my girlfriend. On another element, my girlfriend. And she keep it genuine, my girlfriend. Special dedication going out to my elevated elegance, my girlfriend. On another element, my girlfriend. And she keep it genuine, my girlfriend. Special dedication going out to my girlfriend. Going out to my. Going out to my. Going out to my.
Want to get down with the Bars Revolution? We're on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Bars On Air.
Baby, oh yeah, it's mine.
I know what to do, so I set the mood right. Picture this, arrows in the air, under blue light, under moonlight. We like, ooh, like, it's a vibe. Turn you up like don't touch. Sit back, let me take control. Bust it down, them eyes rolling. Hold it, don't you let it go. Slow it down, I'm in my moment. Changing places, different position. Love what you give and making me quiver, baby deliver. What's it like to be inside me? Love to hear you moaning when you get behind me. Go until the morning, is getting no sleep. Know I got that cake, so baby go and get a piece. Never make them wait for it, keep it ready. It's the right time, slip and slide. I am on your mind. Damn, my baby fine, give it to me, it's mine, baby, it's mine.
Give it to me, it's mine, baby, it's mine. Give it to me, it's mine, baby. Give it to me, it's mine, baby, it's mine. Give it to me, it's mine, baby. Give it to me, it's mine, baby, it's mine. Give it to me, it's mine, baby. Give it to me, it's mine, baby. It's mine. Give it to me, it's mine, baby. It's mine.
Oh, baby, I fall for you, making it hard for you, playing my cards for you, giving my all to you, declining my calls for you. Baby, know I'm ready, let's lose control. I want us to make a movie, I'm the star of the role. Pick up where we left off, baby, cruise control. Pick me up on your shoulders, cause the niggas are so amazing. You get right, so tight, this night. Gonna be something we both know, gonna be something remember so definitely coming together on the same accord. Leaving me petting, throbbing, wanting more. Give it to me, while baby, make it soar. Giving you something you want to explore. Giving you juice in this you can't ignore. This kitty purr like a V6 on your 4-door. Pay attention to the scoreboard. Giving you juices that you can't ignore. This kitty purr like a V6 on your 4-door. Pay attention to the scoreboard.
It's mine, baby. It's mine. Give it to me. It's mine, baby. Give it to me. It's mine, baby. It's mine. Give it to me. It's mine, baby. Oh, give it to me. It's mine, baby. It's mine. It's mine, baby. Give it to me. It's mine, baby. It's mine. Give it to me. It's mine, baby. It's mine. Baby. Oh yeah. It's mine.
Organizing any type of event to benefit the people in your neighborhood, then submit it for the Bars Community Calendar. Send all important information, including point of contact, to balancingactradioshow@gmail.com. That's balancingactradioshow@gmail.com.
Yeah. June. Live part 2. That's why I'm Dream G. Ain't no games around here, man. We'll do this real.
On the beat.
solemnly swear I can't tell a lie. I solemnly swear I can't tell a lie. I solemnly swear I can't tell a lie. My city ain't safe, it's a homicide. Homicide, homicide. I solemnly swear I can't tell a lie. I solemnly swear I can't tell a lie. My city ain't safe, it's a homicide. My city ain't safe, it's a homicide. They do it for real, they be down to ride. I lay down at night and I dream I die. I wake up in sweats and I try to hide. My girl asks me about it, I probably lie. I tell her the truth, I know she gon' cry. She know it ain't right, she can feel the vibe. I lay down with her and think homicide. Homicide, homicide. Two of my brothers, they had to die. Both of them victims of homicide. I still see the pain in my mama's eye. Reach me, she want to, I know she try. So many of them fake ain't a friend of mine. Free as a bird, look, I'm trying to fly. Ain't trying to get caught up in homicide. I solemnly swear I can't tell a lie. I solemnly swear I can't tell a lie. I solemnly swear I can't tell a lie. My city ain't safe, it's a homicide. Homicide, homicide. I solemnly swear I can't tell a lie. I solemnly swear I can't tell a lie. My city ain't safe, it's a homicide. This money I'm making, I put in time. If I flow too hard, they be watching mine. So I'm on my business, I'm on the crime. Don't wanna be victim of homicide. Ain't hard to be victim of homicide. You look at them wrong, that's a homicide. You bump them too strong, that's a homicide. Puff teaching that drum and do homicide. Homicide, homicide. Everyone hating but wanna shine. I pay no attention, I'm doing fine. But life get too hectic, I load the 9. You living in neutral, I'm stuck in drive. Don't stop for no bull, I keep floating by. The shots get the flaming, you don't survive. Ain't trying to get caught up in homicide. I solemnly swear I can't tell a lie. I solemnly swear I can't tell a lie. I solemnly swear I can't tell a lie. My city ain't safe, it's a homicide. Homicide, homicide. I solemnly swear I can't tell a lie. I solemnly swear I can't tell a lie. My city ain't safe, it's a homicide. See everybody stepping with them guns with out. Them guns out. And you know it got the leg on it. Everybody moving with them guns with out. Them guns out. Target with a picture of my head on it. I solemnly swear I can't tell a lie. 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 Ain't trying to get caught up in homicide. Homicide, homicide.
It's time to get back to AJ Throwback and Bars, only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
Yeah, that was June the Kid with Homicide. Before that, we had Queen Neffy, a.k.a. Nefertiti, featuring XO and Colada with It's Mine. And starting off the set, we had Ryan Lucas with My Girlfriend. Definitely want to make sure I shout out my sis, Aisha, watching. Appreciate you tuning in. I see you, Mike Reed of Mike's Corner. Shout out to my main man, Mike. Shout out Mike L, the mouth of the South, as they call him. My main man, Skull, and Mr. Sean. Like I said, they on every other Tuesday. They'll be on next Tuesday right here on WinDCRadio.com, 6 to 8 p.m. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get into one of my favorite new segments right here.
It tastes just like it smells. Delicious, delicious.
Right before you take that long-awaited break and get your grub on, come and get a hefty helping of life and laughter, courtesy of stories about our beloved Team Bars El Capitan. It's time for Luncheon with the Misses, only on Bars.
Yes. So this week is a little bit more boo loving. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta love on your boo. You know. So me and the missus, we went out this weekend. Had a date night. Hadn't had a date night in a good little minute. When you got a little one, sometimes it's harder to get out for date night. But you know, we do our best to make sure that we do. So she had already colored her hair a certain pink, but this particular pink, she colored it. Man, I was just like, once she was like putting it all together, she had to make up. That's the thing, like, I love about being married and having a woman, especially you got a beautiful woman. See, the thing is about me, you know, I always got a saying, I could never mess with a mud duck. And the thing is, it's like, I say that jokingly, but I'm serious. But the thing is like, it's perception. It's not like, okay, conventionally you're a mud duck. For me, it's about how beautiful you in my eyes. And beautiful thing about my wife is gorgeous, man. She can wear any hairstyle she wants. She can put any makeup on she wants. But man, let me tell y'all something. And she was like beating her face and like putting the makeup on and like doing the soft curls and all that. I just could not stop looking at her. I just could not, like, every time I bend the corner and I see the hair and like, it's like short, it's like a certain pink. I called it like the raspberry lemonade kind of color, you know what I'm saying? She just looked like looked like a nice glass of you know what I'm saying? Y'all, those of y'all from DC know, sometimes just says it all. You don't even need to say anything else. You know what I'm saying? She looked, raspberry lemonade. I forgot cherry blossom. That's what I call it, my little cherry blossom, because she had like the cherry blossom pink, raspberry lemonade pink. Like that thing was like hitting. I mean, and then she take the pictures. Like, I gotta tease her real quick. This is the point where I gotta tease her. So when I first met my wife, the selfie game was serious. Now, granted, this back in the day, like Black Planet was popping, and she's single, so it's like, and she's 22 at the time, Mike. So she's just like taking selfie after selfie after selfie. She had this camera, like a digital camera, and she would store a lot of the pictures on my computer. It's my old computer at this point. But anyway, so she stored those pictures on my computer. And a lot of times I just look at the pictures like, dang, I got a bad woman right here. But I be looking at the amount of selfies she took, like 100 of the same pictures. I'm like, dang, like you, and the thing is, she'll only like 2 of them joints. But like I will say this, she has gotten a lot better with her selfie game in terms of like how many selfies she takes. Now, granted, anytime we go out and we hang out, like she looking good and her hair's looking good. She don't take a bunch of selfies before we go out. It's always after we go out. And of course, like, I gotta get pulled in like a couple of these nights. I'm like, man, I'm tired. I want to go to bed. I ain't trying to take no selfies. But yeah, she just has like this photo shoot like afterwards. So now, like, instead of like 100 pictures in a row, it'll be more like 50. Maybe 40 at most. But then she'll still only like 2. So yeah, that's my boo loving, little bit of teasing of my beautiful, gorgeous wife. And I love you very much. And I had a great time with you. We saw What Men Want, by the way. Good movie. Taraji Henson, she did her thing in that movie. So if y'all haven't seen it, make sure y'all go see that. But yeah, that's Lunching with the Missus for this week. Okay. Without further ado, hold on. I gotta make sure everything is everything. Yeah. Without further ado, let's get to this right here.
If somebody tell you he hot, man, everybody hot now, Slim. He fish grease.
That's how we feel about this track right here. This is the Fish Grease Pick of the Week, only on Bars, on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
Find focus, yeah. Every time I try to cry out for help, but no one noticed. Yeah, my grip might slip, but I keep on holding and posing in photos and smiling. Meanwhile, inside I'm crying, I'm asking no. Am I doing too much?
Doing too much, you're doing too much.
It's too late to turn back now. I ain't giving it up,
no. What do I do? Thought I had no dues. What a fool to play the victim and not pay the sentence. What do I do? When I had no guidance, I had no patience, I had no proof. What they done to me, I had no witness, it was just you.
Am I doing enough?
Doing enough, you're doing enough, yeah.
Am I doing too much?
Doing too much, you're doing too much.
It's too late to turn back now. I ain't giving it up.
Give it up,
More topics, more segments, more music means more bars after this.
When DC Radio brings to you the app. Yes, the app is now available on your Google Play and your App Store on your iPhone or your Android. Any of your pads that you might be using, be it if it's an iPad, iPad mini, or if you have a Samsung Note, doesn't matter what you have, any mobile device, you can get the app so you can listen where you're at to Win DC Radio.
All I really wanna see is the I don't really need a D, I need the all I bad need is a KC.
Hey, this is China Pink from the 2018 award-winning Best of Radio Talk Show of the Year. Make sure you tune into the Ladies of the China Pink Talk Show each and every Sunday on Win DC Radio from 5 to 7. Make sure you check us out on Facebook Live and YouTube Live to hear our amazing show. We are also available for hosting events or parties. Please contact the China Pink Show at AOL.com for booking information. I'll catch you next Sunday at 5.
Foreplay the Orgasm Show. I am your host, Hot Toddy, along with the Turn Up team, Miss Lolly and Showtime. Foreplay the Orgasm Show is each and every Tuesday night from 8 to 10, bringing you the sexy slow jams with very adult interactive conversation, only on Win DC Radio.
Man, look, y'all already know what time it is. It's your boy, Gerard Street Garvey, and my DJ, Kid Cannon. And when we together, you know what it is. Grind Season Radio, each and every Wednesday from 8 to 10 on Win DC Radio. Don't forget it. Yeah.
We hope you didn't go too far. It's time for the second hour of the Balancing Act Radio Show, hosted by AJ Throwback, only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
Shout out the Fish Grease Pick of the Week. It was Core the Artist featuring Fun Show with Underrated. And make sure y'all check out her EP, which will be coming out tomorrow, Odyssey. Shout out to Core the Artist. We were supposed to have her on last week, but I think scheduling conflicts happen. So, but still, shout out. We definitely want to shout her out. Yeah. So let's get back into this.
We hope you didn't go too far. It's time for the second hour of the Balancing Act radio show, hosted by AJ Throwback, only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't set you don't set stuff up in advance, and you just excited to just get back on the air and start talking. But anyway, for those of you who did not hear the first two in the top five, favorite Queens of hip hop. So on my top five, my number 5 was Rhapsody, and my number 4 is Yo-Yo. So let's get to number 3, and I think a lot of people will have her in their top 5, top 10 at the very least. For her, she's in my top 3, and you know. It kind of reminds me of something one of my friends, coincidentally named Kim, said about how she represents, like, you have one rapper who represents like the community and another rapper who represents the street. And for me, Lil' Kim, like, she's very representative of the street. She was really like the one that just came in like the 90s. And it was like when Lil' Kim just came on the scene, man, it was just something to be reckoned with. Now, granted, the age-old thing when it comes to Lil' Kim is, does she write all of her own lyrics? And for me, a part of that matters and then a part of it doesn't. Because at the same time, yeah, there are people who write all of their own lyrics who don't have the bravado, don't have the personality, don't have the character to be able to pull off a lot of what Lil' Kim pulled off during her prime. But then there are a lot of people who get lyrics written for them and they still trash. But Lil' Kim wasn't. Biggie wrote for, a lot of other people, Cameron wrote for, a lot of people wrote for. And I mean, she wrote a lot of her rhymes too. But you could tell, like, certain songs where like she wrote her entire verse, and then other ones where you could tell that's all Biggie or that's all somebody else. But at any rate, whether you want to question the authenticity of her writing the rhymes or not, the bottom line is she still was a presence. And so one of my favorite songs by her is Light Us Up. I absolutely love the moment I heard Light Us Up. First and foremost, I mean, like, she had 2 albums in between Hardcore and The Naked Truth, which Light Us Up is on. I think it was The Notorious K.I.M. and then La Bella Mafia. But when she got to The Naked Truth and that Light Us Up was like the lead-off single, my goodness. Like Scott, that's my favorite Scott Storch beat ever. I absolutely love that beat. It's got like you can tell like he was with the Roots for years, because like it's got a little bit of a pocket to it. And it's not quite a go-go feel, but still it's like, I think a lot of people in DC really gravitate toward that song, because anything that even remotely sounds like it got a pocket to it, we jump all over. But anyway, so she just kicked off the song with like that Brooklyn swagger, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know how I go. I come from Bed-Stuy. When it's either do or they gon' die. Gotta keep the ratchet close by. Somebody murdered. Nobody seen, nobody heard it. Just another funeral service. We'll get at you. Come through shining and yap you. Broad daylight kidnap you. Feds get clapped too. Police stay on us like tattoos. It's only grind cause we have to. Money is power. Sling crack, weed, and powder. Fiends come through every hour. It's all about that dollar. And we no deal with cowards. Weak lamps get devoured by the lion in the concrete jungle. The strong stand and rumble. The weak foe to crumble is the land of trouble. Brooklyn, home of the greatest rappers. Big comes first and the queen comes after. Y'all know. Come on, man. That's like just go. Like, she just getting a rhythm, a flow, like just, man. A nice little groove on that thing. She ride the mess out of that beat. Ride the mess all throughout the song, man. Of course, another one from her is her verse on All About the Benjamins remix. My goodness, man. that is. I mean, she bring it on that joint. She's like, an iconic verse. With the blood clot. Wanna bumble with the beat, huh? Psst. Throw a hex on the whole family. Dressed in all black like the Omen. Have your friends singing this is for my homie. And you know me from making so sick. Floss in my 6 with my Lex on the wrist. If it's murder, you know she wrote it. German Ruger for your deep throat. Know you wanna feel the wound cause it's platinum coated. Take your pick, got a firearm, you should've told it. Suck it. All that bullshit you kick, player hacking from the sideline, get your own shit. Why you riding mine? I'm a good fella kind of lady. Stash 380s and Mercedes. Puppy, hold me down, baby. Only female in my crew. And I kick shit like a dude. Pull the trigger too. It's man, just hard. It's hard. It's hard to argue against it. If anybody ever made an argument for that being the best verse on All About the Benjamins remix, I would not necessarily dispute it, but so much. Even though I love Biggie's verse, Biggie just closes that joint so well. Like for me, I think Biggie, like, it just goes up levels, like from verse to verse. Like everybody's verse just like gets better from verse to verse. But anyway, but one of my favorite, like, another one of my favorite songs, not a single, but like, well, I don't think it was a single, but like, I think a lot of people who are real like Lil' Kim fans will say, if this is not their favorite song, it's probably in their top 5, and that's Queenz. That's my favorite song off of Hardcore, because I mean the production is classic. It's one of Kim's best deliveries on the whole album. And then I mean Biggie, he just laid down the reference track perfect for her, and she just followed it to the T. And she say, bet I wet you like hurricanes and typhoons. Got buffoons eating my while I watch cartoons. Like that line alone. That line alone, I was like, yo, who says that? Who said that? But the thing is, it's really like the genius of Biggie. Because, and me and my wife, we always talk about this all the time when it comes to what he did on Hardcore, because he wrote this album from the perspective of a woman. And he didn't do it in a way that was trying it or anything like that. Like, it's like he knew Kim well anyway, and so I'm sure that made it easy. But then, like, it's just like the way he wrote it, it's almost like he climbed right into her brain and like spit the words out for her. It's just crazy. But yeah, Lil' Kim, man, like that's my girl right there. Always will be. I mean, we can talk about all the stuff she did to her body, she did to her face and all that, but you can't take away what she did for like 96, 97, like that whole stretch. I mean, even if you go to Junior Mafia days, you know what I'm saying, which is really a year just before that, but still, like, yo, Kim. That was my girl right there. Number 2 on my list, and I think a lot of people will have her either as their 1, their 2, their 3, perhaps. For me, she's 2 on my list, and it's hard to have her number 2. I'm gonna be honest. It's hard because what she's done for culture, what she's done for Hollywood, what she's done for so much of black culture and like really just empowering us is unmatched, it's unparalleled among hip-hop, a lot of hip-hop artists, especially women hip-hop artists. And that's none other than the great Queen Latifah. I mean, ever since the moment I first heard her on a record, I was just like, yo, who is this? Like, it was just one of those moments like that black pride, that you just felt good to be black, you know. And she was a sister, and she was a big sister. I think, I'm gonna be honest, between her and my mama, you know, I think that's the reason why I like thicker sisters, you know what I mean? But anyway, but yeah, let's go through, I mean, just the thing about her, like her delivery, like it was confidence, like she was very much assured in herself and who she was, and it came across on wax, always empowering, always, you know, uplifting. It was never like tearing anybody down. Like rarely did she curse on wax, rarely, you know. But yeah, she's a great. So let's go through some of my favorite songs by Queen Latifah. Nature of a Sister from I forget the name of that album. I want to say it was her second album, 1991. But it kind of, it's funny because I listened to the song and it kind of puts me, anybody who knows main source stuff, it kind of puts me in the mind of pieces, not the words to play. Like that production on that song, like that real, like hip hop joint. Oh my gosh, man. I love the beat on this song. And then she just flows over the joint. She really goes in on the second verse. Like she said, who's a king, who's a queen, who's trying to bank? I see myself as a queen, but it ain't for rank. This for all, not one, not for income, but for knowing who and where we were sent from. Right? I mean, just them 4 bars right there, like it really captures her mindset. Like if there were any 4 bars that I could really take and say, these 4 bars really represent Queen Latifah, there's an argument that those 4 bars are it, you know. Of course, UNITY, I mean, one of the most iconic classic songs ever made by any hip-hop artist, not just women MC, but any hip-hop artist. I mean, what's funny is a slept-on series of bars. Like, I mean, it's easy to jump all over, like when how she opens it. Instinct leads me to another flow. Anytime I hear a brother call a girl or like, man, like off the rip, like. But the third verse kind of got me. She said, there's plenty of people out there with triggers ready to pull it. Why you trying to jump in the front of the bullet, young lady? And real bad girls are the silent type. Ain't none of this worth getting your face sliced, cause that's what happened to your homegirl, right? Walking with no bite. She got to wear that for life. Like, ooh, that visual. And just really just being real about it, because in the beginning of the song, a lot of it has to do with like addressing men, calling women that word, but also like addressing women calling themselves that, or calling other women that. Like just really empowering women to have more self-respect for themselves and not engage in certain behavior, because it's like there's consequences to a lot of that. Like I really, again, that was like a slept-on part. Like whenever I listen to that song, like I never really, I'm gonna say I don't pay attention to it, but it's just not. I really underappreciated that particular verse when I was young, but now that I'm older and I'm listening, I'm like, yo, those some bars right there. But my favorite Queen Latifah song is Ladies First with Moni Love. Like, I mean, I love me some Queen Latifah. I love me some Moni Love. Moni Love could have very well been in my top 5, or at least my top 10 if I expanded it to 10. But, like, and I feel like she's really unsung as an MC. But for me, it's like the first 5 bars of the song, like simple to the point, but it's how Queen Latifah just delivers it. It's always how she delivers it. For me, it's always about delivery, period. It doesn't matter, you know, like if you just look at the lyrics and be like, oh, that looks basic, or that looks simple, or that looks whatever. Like, and not that, you know, I'm not knocking Latifah's lyrics whatsoever, but sometimes you look at a lyric and it doesn't look like something to jump off the page, but it's always how it's delivered. And so, you know, she said the ladies will kick it, the rhyme that is wicked. Those that don't know how to be pros get evicted. A woman can bear you, break you, take you. Now it's time to rhyme, can you relate to? A sister dope enough to make you holler and scream like, man. That one line, a woman can bear you, break you, and take you. I mean, bear you, break you, and take you. Man, womanhood, sisterhood, empowerment, embodied in like one bar. Man, absolutely love that song. And the beat, I want to say Mark the 45 King did that beat. Man, I absolutely love that song. But my number one woman hip-hop artist of all time, queen of hip-hop all time. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that everybody on my list represents something different. Rhapsody, I would say, is probably the most lyrical out of the 5 that I've got. Yo-Yo and Queen Latifah are very much cut from the same cloth, like black empowerment, woman empowerment, sisterhood, feminism. Lil' Kim, like the streets, the gutter. But Missy Elliott, for me, the reason she's my number 1 is she is one of the most creative forces I've ever seen in music. Not just hip-hop, in music, period. She just, like, she makes music fun to listen to. She makes hip-hop fun to listen to. Like, she brings so many of the elements into what she does. She's not like a world beater in terms of bars, but in terms of like what she brings to the table, of videos, and dancing, the creativity. And then on top of that, she is one of the most well-rounded hip-hop artists. She can produce, she can sing. Like her harmonies, I always talk about harmonies with you. Now granted, we're not gonna really be getting to the singing part. Because if we were talking about my favorite Missy song, Beat Me 911 would be like top dog. Like that's always been my favorite Missy song. But we talking about like in terms of lyrics and all of that, like she could give you range. She could give you sexy, she could give you conscious, she could give you fun, she could give you a little bit of everything. She give you the talking, all of that. But among my favorite songs of Missy's, in terms of like the whole product and the bars, Funky Fresh Dress with Miss Jade, that's actually from my favorite album of hers, Under Construction. She always like rep to preserve like the most fun flavors of hip hop culture and give you like, again, simple lines. It's like, it's not knocking you down in terms of lines, but it's the way she delivers it. She's like, it's very necessary. On the contrary, no, you do not scare me. Is you drinking Bloody Mary? But you better hurry before I have to bury my attitude is because my period is heavy. Like, yo, who says that? Who says that in a rhyme? My attitude is because my period is heavy. Sheesh. That's like one, I'm not gonna lie. That's like one of Missy's coldest lines, for real, for real. And she got a couple. I want to sneak on the tuck, but man, that joint hit me every time I hear it. Wake Up, featuring Jay-Z. It's actually one of her most progressive songs on really the most slept on album in her catalog. This is Not a Test from 2003. That was a really dope album to me. But I mean, now granted, I'm not gonna say every Missy album is great because the Cookbook got real slept on, but you know, I feel like that was kind of her not really. That's another story for another day. But like, This Is Not a Test, dope album. Wake Up, probably my favorite song, one of my favorite songs other than Pass That Dutch on This Is Not a Test. So she says, yep, I'm a top leader. I got the Martin Luther King fever. I'ma feed you what your teacher need to preach you. It's time to get serious. Black people all areas. Who gon' carry us? It ain't time to bury us. Cause music be our first love. Say I do, let's cherish it. Like, real simple. Nothing over the top, but it's, again, delivery. Delivery is everything. A lot of these joints you just gotta listen to if you ain't listened to them, especially if you haven't listened to them in a long time. But one of my favorite songs, like always been one of my favorite songs. The moment I heard this song, I knew it was a hit. Like before it was even playing on the radio, everything. Like I want to say I bought Under Construction like as soon as it came out. Like that's back when I was like really buying CDs like crazy. And my favorite artists I was buying their stuff just like that. But Gossip Folks, Ludacris, man. And like I said, Beat Me 911 is my favorite Missy song where she doesn't rap, but this is my favorite Missy song where she does. And I mean, the lyric, again, is real simple lyrics, and it's just the way that she just like says it. Like, when I pull up in my wheel, just want to talk shh. I'm driving, I'm glad, I'm styling, did you see it? I'm gripping these curves. Skirt, you heard? I love them, my feathers, my furs. I fly like a bird. Shaking heads on the prowl. Who you trying to now? Now you ain't getting loud. Better calm down before I smack it down. I need my drums, bass, hi-hats. I need my snare, strings, horns, and I need my sound. I need my Tim sound right left. Is it? Look in here, like she just has so much style, so much swagger, so much pizzazz, man. When she did what she did, like again, like you just look at these lyrics, you don't really get it, but you gotta connect with it. For me, like I said, like Missy is just culture. When I think of like hip hop culture and women who really like preserve it but make it fun, because sometimes like some people they just get too serious with it, whereas Missy is like she's just fun. Like, and I'm cool with the serious like preservers of the culture, but I also like the fun preservers of the culture. Missy just like makes me feel good, and she's one of the few artists, period. Like, I'm not just gonna say women MCs or women hip hop artists, but she's one of the few artists, period, that I own almost every album in her catalog. You know what I'm saying? I got like 67% of her catalog. Like, her out of 6 albums, I got 4. I should have had 5, because I should have had This Is Not a Test. That came out when I was working at Tower Records. So I should have had that album. I never bought it, but I need to go buy that joint. But anyway, but yeah, that's my top 5. Number 5, Rhapsody. Number 4, Yo-Yo. Number 3, Lil Kim. Number 2, Queen Latifah. And number 1, Missy Elliott. All legends. All dope people. Rhapsody's on her way to being a legend. Not there yet, but she's on her way to being a legend. Let me tell her she already is. But yeah, so what we're gonna do when we come back from the countdown is I'm gonna read some listener comments. The bit that I can actually get to. I don't think it was as many as we had last week, but still I want to make sure that I include all of the listeners in on what we're doing. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get to this right here.
All the fire engines in the world can't put out this inferno. It's the bars, 5 alarm blaze countdown. Only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app. Powered by GoWin.media. Number 5.
Class but never paid attention. Fresh paper, number 2 pencil. Busy writing rhymes, staring out the window. I can see myself on billboard pictures. Little kid, but with a lot of vision. Single home, 1 television. I would wash the dishes, tell my little sisters I'ma make it one day in the music business. Grew up listening to Salt and Pepper, Roxanne Shante, and a couple others. Whatever happened to women and substance? Nowadays, only a couple others. So I fill my cup up with plenty of it. Double up, they say it's all or nothing. I was born with nothing, did a lot of struggling. So before I go, I'ma accomplish something.
Yeah, let's get into it. Yeah, look, hey, you are now rocking with the best. Nigga, real loud, this is not a test. All I need is a little time, just a minute more, not a second less. All the mother went and took a rest, but these queens went and took it left. For these bars, you gon' need a rest, cause these bras are some lethal weapons. That's 9 on the beat. Got Roddy MC, Queen. We bomb when you know warning, so keep calm when you speak. Set it off with a bang, bang. We about to murder the gang, gang. Whether you heard of me or not, I'm making sure niggas remember the name. So hot I flicker the flame. Coco, they say I'm sick in the brain. Me and you, we not the same. I'm in a whole nother lane. Yeah, say what you wanna, but you wanna pull me, I hit you. So with them things. That's when you know I ain't playing. What the fuck is you saying? Now that's dope. Yeah, now that's dope, man. Yeah, now that's dope, man. Yeah, now that's dope. Yeah,
I hate waiting, ain't I impatient? You mistakenly thought I was a rookie, I'm Gary Payton. My career to stand still. Feel like I've been blanking, I'm just saying I ain't delirious. I don't take nothing too serious.
Oh, now we rapping. Trina got me on my Kenilworth. A hungry artist, I eat a rapper for dinner first. I watch my circles, the energy and the inner worth. This game is sinister, that's why I call her minister. Hello? Remember her? The one that gave you battle rap and fanny packs. Watch the win awards on my accord, I want my Grammy back. Hand me that, give them what they want. It's 5 o'clock, hit up nonchalant. Like this for the city, for the dreamers, for the have-nots. The underdogs with big paws, I'm the mascot. Don't worry about the destination or the last stop. And you ain't know we been dope, go play the last drop.
Yeah, now that's dope, man. Yeah, now that's dope, man. Yeah, now that's dope, man. Yeah, now that's dope, man.
Hey, yo. I wanna ask a few questions. Will there be more sessions of you dropping blessings or?
Killing me with these 21 questions. I will kill like 21 sessions. That will give you 21 blessings. That will teach you 21 lessons. That my lyrics always gon' have a higher percentage of some relevance. Yours narcoleptic, lazy, lack intelligence. No hate though, really wanna connect you dum-dum just like you Legos. In the meantime, kill so many more micro pesos. Cause hypothetical privileges got me all on my biblical. Nonchalant, you so lyrical. That is why we be feeling you. Flatline, nah, where the hell you been? Hate that line. Check 1, 2 on the mic, hit flames on the food, then making me that line. Flatline, another dead mic and I wake up the nonchalant. I did at my hiatus, so you listening to the greatest, baby. Yeah, now that's dope, man. Yeah, now that's dope, man. Yeah, now that's dope, man. Yeah, now that's dope, man.
I'm so, 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 I'm so.
Number 4.
Let me be your key. Get her everything she want and everything she needs. She dreaming about the finer thing. Let me be your key. Take care of your fantasies, girl. I know that you a fiend. Say you ain't about that life. Let me be your key. I got a flying pie, but all I needed was a queen. With sexing and finessing, babe. I'll be your key. Close connect, respect, I know it never be the same. Promise I get you right, let me be
you wanna live your wildest dreams and then become my queen. I rearrange your 7 chakras, now your spirit clean. I dry all your tears and then I wash away your pain. It's out my lane, appreciate the most beautiful thing. I'm not a lame, I'm just grown man, I'm never playing games. I get your life full of luxury, all the finer things. What you know about diamond rings, matching no watch and chain. And everything you wear is silk or designer brand. The bluest water, sunny beaches in the foreign land. I spin in the band to see you dance just because I can. You could be everything I need, I never search again. She called me Usher and Little John, wanna be loving friends. Especially the conversation deep and never end. I kick the game she never see, even with x-ray lens. She's so inquired what's in my mind and then what's in my pants. And when I put on this song, she be like, that's my jam.
Get her everything she want and everything she needs. Dreaming about the finer thing. Take care of your fantasies, girl. I know that you a fiend. See you ain't about that life. I got a flying pie, but all I needed was a queen. Sexing and finessing, babe. Close connect, respect, I know it never be the same. Promise I get you right, let me be your.
Let me give you that royal treatment, you deserve to be spoiled. Wrap you up, aluminum foil, get you home alone. No little white boy, I can't wait to see you finally. I've been trying to stay patient, but me laying in the cup by myself ain't cutting it, I need my queen. She make everything clear by zine. It's what I call her when I'm in the water. I forgot my towel, matter of fact, I can use your body to wipe me down. Matter of fact, girl, come get your crown. I'll be waiting down at your feet. You make my life so complete. All I wanna be is your king.
Get her everything she want and everything she needs. Dreaming about the finer thing. Take care of your fantasies, girl. I know that you a fiend. See you ain't about that life. I got a flying pie, but all I needed was a queen. Sexing and finessing, babe. I'll be your key. We're supposed to connect, respect, I know it never be the same. Promise I get you right, let me be your.
Number 3.
Delivery. I'm the real thing, these fake just pretend to be. All that chatter cause they wanna see the end of me. Don't be acting friendly with me, keep that same energy. Real bitches fuck with me. Them at the double tree. Like, are you mad though? Get a bag, couldn't come close. Money, power, and respect, yeah, I need those. Sean down with my team just to make us toast. What the f though? What a blunt go? 5, 4, 3, 2, money don't fold. Pockets on swole, like limp nose. Rap, copy, read like Kinko's. Fell off, bounce back on those 10 toes. Made him leave his old hoe. Pulled up to her job, she ain't want smoke. Shawty know what's up, cause these hands go. Rather be a rich than a free hoe. Type of bitch can get no dough. Savage get the dough, then I don't show. Play with ring, that's how I won't go. Leave your RIP shirt left with bullet holes. I got options, any money mode. Butt shots, regurgitated flows. Throwing shots like they free throws. but keep a ghost writer on a payroll. Yes, men in my camp, I don't need those. Savage Beauty 2, it's a sequel. Got looking for me through they peephole. What the f though? Where your go? Got them chewing on this like tobacco. Keep a shooter with me, and we tryna go. Ho, bucked up, don't want no smoke. I'm the Queen Savage, see the crown. Savage Beauty 2, this a sequel.
Aye, special delivery. Special delivery. Special delivery. Nah, special delivery. I would pretend to be. Special delivery. Special delivery.
Number 2.
DC or nothing. Aight. The American bounce for me. Just for the culture. Just for the culture. DC crank, man. Yeah, this the city, boy. 3 stars, 2 bars, we super litty, boy. Hey, 202, what you gon' do? We make running numbers up. Tell that pretty model waitress bring them bottles up. When drama poppin', ain't no watching, I'm a follower. In DC we rock the go-go. Rest in peace to Polo. I got powers like I'm Austin Bowers trying to steal my mojo. Fresh 990, Saviato or some hobo. I'm a E&B, great with social. Rock my homies logo. Throw your hood up, screaming rest in peace to Chuck. Make the city beat your feet, screaming rest in peace to Slush. It's this diva in my city, say she from them VA beaches. Let me touch the squeeze and bang it, baby. I can keep a secret. Ay, this that dirty cow flow. Any, mini, mighty mo. Book a roll and burn a drone. Strike a but don't save a bro. Clutch crank for total control. Just in case you missed it, tell them meet me at the bar. Yo, the bar. Let's get twisted. Yeah, boy. 3 stars, 2 bars. We super litty, boy. Hey, 202, what you gon' do? We make from my hood, you can't hang. On Humo ain't fake and kill, that goofy lame. From different sections, but I swear we all the same. Welcome to the pit, we roughing you out the way. Finesse a jug, get some money, I'm like, hey. He want mug, chopper, bless him where he late. Can't get out the way, I'm on my grind 24/7. Make these bitch they face. Welcome to the city where the women are the prettiest. Ratchet buck at home, training, hit the dog, whip the grits. I stick to the G code, y'all be on some different ish. Never stick my brothers out regardless of our differences. Free the real, exterminate the rats. No Tommy Hill figure, boss off the rack. I never squeal, I put my life on that until I catch the chills. The city's on my back. City, boy. 3 stars, 2 bars, we super litty, boy. Hey, 202, what you gon' do? We make you we make yeah, Southside, hey, Uptown, hey, Northeast, hey, Southwest, we make
Number 1.
When a boss won't you, hey. She be like, side, she down for that ride. Give a damn who riding with us. And I ain't got a thing to hide, yeah. Our time is our time when I'm in it. She know what it is. Ride around the whip, hey. Me and my new chick. When I went to Africa, that other bill. Hey, with it, yeah. Real deal with it. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord.
New whip, guess I'm on some new shit. No, she ain't my girl. girlfriend, just a chick I'm cool with. Only let a few hit, let her blow a few chips. Took her on a few trips, kissed her on her 2 lips. Was amazing, head she a fool with. Wish I would've knew this, she gon' make me lose it. Something more than a one night stand. Less than lovers, more than friends. Some people won't understand. I know she got a man. She know that I got a wife. She play her position right. She keeping her lips tight. We linking up late nights. Cause I how she like. Roll up and take flights. Zip if she like.
She be like, side, yeah, she down for that ride. Give a damn who riding with us. Give a damn who riding with us. And I ain't got a thing to hide, yeah. Our time is our time when I'm in it. She know what it is. Ride around the whip, hey. Me and my new chick. When I went to I forget that other bill. Hey, with it, yeah. Real deal with it. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord.
Sitting in my living room, scrolling through my decks, thinking that I need some whip. Am I gon' f on next? Kiki got the deeper pockets, Keisha got the better sex. I just f them both together. That'll make a wet. Phone line jumping. I just got another text. Looking at it, who is this? OMG, that's just my ex. She just wanna fuss and fight her new nigga. Don't f right. Hit her with that double back. I might let her spend the night. And I got a white girl, young as hell, but thick as she thinks she be running shit. She gon' make me f up. I might f your baby mom. She be with the freaky shit. Hell, I just wanna watch her. Another
she be like, side, yeah, she down for that ride. Give a damn who riding with us. Give a damn who riding with us. And I ain't got a thing to hide, yeah. Our time is our time when I'm in it. She know what it is. Ride around the whip, hey. Me and my new chick. When I went to I forget that other bill. Hey, with it, yeah. Real deal with it. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord.
Welcome back to the Balancing Act Radio Show, hosted by AJ Throwback, only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
5 Aloft Blaze countdown for March. That's 1 in the books. Let's go from 5 to 1. So, hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me set something up. See, I gotta do this a little different sometimes when you thrown off your game a little bit. Yeah, so from 5 to 1, and I think it was very appropriate that we started off the countdown with a legend right here in DC, the one and only Nonchalant, featuring Rod the MC and Kenilworth Katrina. Man, I love that song. Katrina 9, number 5. By the way, speaking of Nonchalant, we will have her on the show. She'll be calling in on April 17th at 11:15 a.m. So make sure y'all tune into that show. That should be a really, really good episode right there. At number 4 on the countdown, we had Tragic featuring J Bomber and LB Smooth with Be Your King. Number 3, Kiana Reed with Special Delivery. Number 2, my main man, Clutch the Rapper, DC Crank. Man, I can't tell you how happy I was to see him on the countdown. So shout out my man, Clutch the Rapper. And at number 1, for the 3rd straight month in a row, completing the 3-peat, YB the Great featuring BZ Archibald with She Know. So shout out to everybody who made the countdown. Shout out to everybody who just missed the countdown. Jay Alexander, Autumn LaBella, Devin White, Savannah, and Don Flamingo, Shanti McCoy, and my main man Blackout. So yeah, shout out to everybody who qualified for the countdown. And artists, listen up, listen close. You want to get on this countdown? It's very simple. Rally your folks. Very simple. Rally your folks and support the show. You just might be on this countdown. If you want to actually make it, once you qualify, get your people involved. That's how you get here. So shout out to everybody who even qualified, and shout out to everybody who made it. So yeah, what I want to do before I start wrapping up the show, I want to get into some of these comments. Give me 1 second to pull it up. Sometimes when you come out of one app and then go back into another app, it doesn't pull it up right away. So I want to read some of the ones that I had from Facebook. So my girl Shar, she said, I'm back and forth between Queen Latifah and Roxanne. LOL, they were rivals too. she said something else down here. She said, UNITY will always be my fave song by a female rapper though, and I also love Rod Digger too. Rod Digger is somebody who totally gets slept on. Yvonne Unique, she said, and shout out, she said, Jay the Lioness is my favorite, and I wonder if Heaven Loves the Ghetto is one of my many favorites. Shout out to Jay the Lioness, one of our biggest supporters of our show. Absolutely phenomenal MC. My man Mahmoud Al-Hafiz said MC Light Roughneck. Another MC Light reference, I mean, you know, classic. My homegirl Kim, she said Queen Latifah for the community and Lil Kim for the grimy street contact. What I was alluding to earlier, I just, you know, I didn't want to read her comment like right then and there. And she also said Queen Unity in her verse on I Wanna Be Down, Lil Kim Get Money, and her verse on All About the Benjamins. Yes, absolutely. My cousin Darnell, he said a few people. He said MC Light, Hot Damn Ho, Here We Go Again, Roughneck. Then he also said Boss, Deeper, Boss, Slept On. I mean, she really had that one song that most people knew her for, but Boss could go. MC Light, Cha Cha Cha, Bahamadia, You Know How We Do, Eve Not Today featuring Mary J. Blige, Missy Elliott, a rack of songs, Lil Kim first album. Rod Digger is the most underrated female, period. Once again, another Rod Digger nod. And apparently, according to my main man Brucey, she also has an electrical engineering degree. And then somebody commented on that same thread, said her and Jean Grey in terms of most underrated female MCs. My man Brucey, he said Lil Kim and Ray J's Wait a Minute, blow, tat watch out now. It's the little one and I'm not foul, wow. Got trees, roll it up, UG, throw it up. Slip me his number on the note, I tore it up. Yeah, that was a fire verse. That's a slept on verse by her, to be honest. My girl Kim Nicole, she said Queen Latifah Coming to My House. Yes, I love Coming to My House. That's one of my favorite Queen Latifah songs. Moni Love, It's a Shame. Yes. Rage, Afro Puffs, Eve, Love Is Blind. Lil Kim, Aunt Dot. Aunt Dot, that is a really good song. I could have easily put that in my mentions. And then Foxy Brown, Gotta Get You Home. Lauryn Hill, Just Everything, all the songs. So here's a funny comment. My man Brother J, shout out to Brother J, awesome DJ, man. This man gonna put up a picture of Drake and say, I know you still think about the times we had. I was like, this Drake, like, what are you saying? I just had to laugh at that one. Anyway, so my man Cecil, he said nobody is better than Dana to me, Queen Latifah. Long live the Queen. Dana's in my top 15. Male or female, Just Another Day favorite song. Just Another Day is a great song. I love that song. My main man Kay Taylor, shout out Kay Taylor, Jay Neal. We made the podcast. Man, they had an excellent podcast episode this past one. They talked about a little bit of everything from Game of Thrones to March Madness to Power Rangers, and apparently one of the Power Rangers, I don't know if he's one of the original ones, but ended up killing somebody. Crazy stuff, never do that. Carmen Sandiego, he was talking about a little bit of everything on that show. But anyway, he said Foxy Brown Broken Silence album is still in the rotation, especially when the weather warms up. If I do want anything, Eve on all the Rough Rider Crew songs. You know what's funny about that Foxy Brown album? That is actually my favorite album in her catalog. I mean, the first one, her debut album is good. That Broken Silence one is so slept. Yolanda, she said MC Light. My main man MC Brooks, he said Bahama, Dia, Three the Hard Way. Ty Phoenix, who is dope. Titanium, Queen Latifah, Black Hand Side, Jean Grey, number 8, Imagine. Rhapsody's verses on Life Ahead of Me are phenomenal. Yes, absolutely. That's a song with Talib Kweli and Ninth Wonder. If you don't know the song. My homegirl Danny, she said MC Light, Paper Thin, Roxanne Shante, Roxanne Revenge. And then finally, Tammy Fuller Edwards, she said, I get exotic with the melodic tune, I get hypnotic with the room, but you got to put me down soon. I flip a sideshow. If you come my way up and down and around, even sideways, MC Light. And then she also said Rhapsody, Return of the Beat Girl. So appreciate everybody who chimed in on this subject, contributed, a lot of dope MCs, women MCs to the conversation. A lot that, like I said, I didn't know about, and a lot I did know about already. And a lot that, I honestly need to dig more into their catalog. That's the beauty of music. As long as you got time on this earth, you have plenty of time to dig into plenty of music. Nothing's ever old. It's brand new, especially if you've never heard of it before. So, appreciate everybody participating in this conversation. All right, let's go ahead. Oh, before we do that, birthdays. Of course, we gotta always do the birthdays. So, last Women's History Month birthday, I'm gonna shout out Mariah Carey. Today is her 49th birthday. One of the highest selling artists of all time with over 200 million records sold worldwide. The third best selling woman artist in the US with 63.5 million records sold, and was ranked second on VH1's 100 Greatest Women in Music behind Madonna. I really don't want to get into my feelings about Madonna being number one, but that's another conversation for another day. Anyway, on the charts, her eponymous debut album, those who don't know, eponymous means self-titled, topped the Billboard 200 for 11 consecutive weeks. Her first 5 singles, from Vision of Love to Emotions, were number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, the first and only artist to do so. When I read that stat, I was like, hold on, didn't Whitney do it? But then I remembered, You Give Good Love was actually number 3 on the pop charts. But then she had a run of 8, and nobody else had ever done that. Her single, One Sweet Day with Boyz II Men, remained at number 1 for 16 consecutive weeks, which is still a record tied with Despacito by Louis Fonsi and Daddy Yankee featuring Justin Bieber. And Touch My Body gave her more number 1 hits than any other solo artist in history. She has also won 5 Grammys, 19 World Music Awards, who also acknowledged her as the world's best-selling record recording artist of the 90s, 10 American Music Awards, and 14 Billboard Music Awards. Billboard, who also recognized her as the most successful artist of the 90s. So, happy birthday and salute to the great Mariah Carey. And also, apparently, her last album, Caution, is the most critically acclaimed. Yeah, actually, I think it is the most critically acclaimed album of her career, even more so than The Emancipation of Mimi, and that's a classic. Most people who are Mariah Carey fans praise The Emancipation of Mimi, myself included. Great album. So, salute to Mariah Carey. And among our listeners, among people I just grew with that fool with me, shout out to the Aries out there. Kristen celebrating a birthday today, so happy birthday to you. Amani Blake, who was actually on our November 7th Election Day show. She's celebrating a birthday on Friday, so happy birthday to you, Amani. Neef Buck. Yes, Neef Buck from the Young Guns. Me and him are friends on Facebook. I don't even know how this happened, but we friends on Facebook. So, gotta shout out, member of the State Property Crew, one half of the Young Guns, celebrating a birthday on Saturday. My homegirl Janine celebrating a birthday, not Nee, but me and Nee go way back to high school. Celebrating a birthday on Sunday, and then next Tuesday, my homegirl Tiffany Gary, one of the most supportive people of my show, everything I've been doing. My main man June the Kid, whose song we played earlier, and Zaida, they will be celebrating birthdays next Tuesday, April 2nd. So shout out to all the Aries out there. All right, let's roll with this right here.
Let's see what's happening on the Bars community calendar.
Okay, so Prince George's African American Cultural Center at North Brentwood, Inc. They will be holding Poetry Power Kids Workshop Series during the month of April. Ages 3 to 7 will be on Thursdays. Ages 8 plus will be on Fridays. And that will be, of course, at PGA AMCC. I may have said that wrong. PGAACC. 4519 Rhode Island Avenue in North Brentwood. 4 poetry and art workshops that focus on local poets hailing from Prince George's County. The cost is $60 for 4 weeks. For more info, email the education curator at sSmith@pgaamcc.org. To register children ages 3 through 7, visit poetrypowerchildren.eventbrite.com, and use ages 8 and up, visit poetrypoweryouth.eventbrite.com. The Congress Heights Arts and Culture Center will be holding Painter Day 2019 Saturday, April 13th at 6:30 p.m. and that will be at the Congress Heights Art and Culture Center, 3200 Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue, Southeast DC. Painter Day, a free small art festival, will not only celebrate and provide a retrospective look of Sean Lindsay's work and evolution as an artist thus far, but it will also highlight and provide a platform for local thriving artists just like Painter. The day-long event has a purpose to promote the notion of living with purpose on purpose, which Painter strives to live and work by daily. Several series of work will be incorporated to include the Wild Style, the Grayscale, the Red Room, the Mirror Selfie series, and more. Each series will be accompanied by an interactive activity or installation for guests to enjoy. Snap photos of yourself with the Mirror Selfie series or create quick art pieces to take as a souvenir. Enjoy original music produced and performed by local artists, bands, and DJs. Of course, original artwork, prints, and painters' apparel will be available for purchase. For more info, visit www.chacc.org/painter, that's PAINTA day, the number 19. And finally, actually two more, the Washington Improv Theater will be holding Level 1 Foundations of Improv Wednesdays with Saleh Karaman. Classes run from Wednesday, March 27th to Wednesday, May 15th. The closing showcase will be Wednesday, May 22nd from 8 to 9:30 p.m. And that will be at the Anacostia Arts Center, the Han Floor Gallery, 1241 Good Hope Road Southeast in DC. Improv for all, whether you're a nonprofit employee, a corporate lawyer, a software engineer, or a high school English teacher. You've got something to gain from taking foundations of improv. Meet people, gain toys, build your confidence, and unleash your creativity by learning the fundamental concepts of improvisation. It's the most fun you'll have all week, and of course it is absolutely 100% free. So for more info, visit www.anacostiaartcenter.com/events or www.witdc.org/learn. And I want to make sure I read this final one. Actually, gotta shout out Pandora. She put this one up on Facebook. Hip Hop Against Violence presents Speak Up and Make a Difference. Stand out. Hip Hop Against Violence Hygiene Drive. Come on and support as we raise awareness. April 6, 2019, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And that will be at the Win DC Radio right here. Win DC Radio, Suite 110, Branch 3737 Branch Avenue. Contact Pandora to drop off your donation at 301-793-4496. Once again, that's 301-793-4496. So huge shout out to our very own Pandora Love for spearheading that. And make sure y'all tune in to the Pandora Love Word Box Show. Pandora Word Box Show every Saturday right here, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. right here on WinDCRadio.com. All right, so let's go ahead and hold up. Gotta say it in the Pimp C voice. Hold up.
Words of wisdom to get you through the rest of your week. These are the bars for life.
Okay, so our final Women's History Month quote is from the legendary Nikki Giovanni. So she says, "There's always something to do. There are hungry people to feed, naked people to clothe, sick people to comfort and make well. And while I don't expect you to save the world, I do think it's not asking too much for you to love those with whom you sleep, share the happiness of those with whom you call friend, engage those among you who are visionary, and remove from your life those who offer you depression, despair, and disrespect." There is nothing else for me to add onto that. That quote says everything that it needs to say. Every bar that you need from that is right within that quote. I mean, I think that's really the goal to life. Really, we could think big and we could think, oh, I need to help these people out on the street, or I need to help this person. Help the people that's right in front of you, that are right in front of your face. Love them, love on them first. Let that be your first ministry, and then let that spread out. Because if you don't love the people that's in your circle first, a lot of times those people on the outside is good, but the people that's right there in front of you who need you the most feel neglected. But love everybody at the end of the day. Support as many people as you possibly can. Always try to be positive. Always try to spread love everywhere that you go. And I mean, that's really it. That's all. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and close out the show. I want to make sure I thank everybody who tuned in today. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all for always supporting, always coming through Team Bars. I love and appreciate every last one of y'all. Next week, make sure y'all tune in. I got two very special guests. At 11:15, and she's also going to help me co-host the show. We have the Wong host of A Seat at the Table podcast, one of my dear friends, somebody who I collaborate frequently. She's going to be here, and it's going to be a post-episode, because season 2, episode 1 starts on Sunday, March 31st, and I actually will be on the show. I'll be co-hosting with her for her Music and Melodies podcast. And then at 12 o'clock, I got my brother. When I say my brother, like, I call a lot of guys my brother, but this is my blood brother right here. None other than the one, the only, Mike Goins, Philadelphia 76ers. So I'm going to have him on the show next Wednesday. We're going to be talking about what he does with the Sixers, what's going on with the Sixers. And, you know, we tend to have conversations about a lot of different things. So make sure y'all tune into that show. We're going to go ahead and close out the show with this is Tashera with Fall Alone. And before we get into that, make sure y'all continue to listen to Win DC Radio later today. DMV Culture Club at 6 to 8 from 6 to 8 p.m. And then Grind Season Radio from 8 to 10 p.m. right here on WinDCRadio.com, the Win DC Radio app, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and of course it's all powered by GoWin.media. You all have a great and wonderful rest of your week. Thank you for tuning in to the official Hump Day Motivation for the DMV and beyond. See y'all next week. Peace.
The years have changed, so has my mind. No more summer rain, I'm out of time. So is our season. I'll no longer spring for you. I know that it hurts, but I can't fall for two. Oh, I'd rather fall alone. I'd rather trip on my own time. Calamities all around. Why let you bring me down? Summer is changing so quickly this time. I'm gonna leave you behind. If you can't change with the wind, this is the end. I see more clear once the storm is past. No more rain this year, because this couldn't last. I've been bruised enough. I had you playing for your love. Yes, it hurts, 'cause I've been through too much. Oh, I'd rather fall alone. I'd rather trip on my own time. Calamities all around. Why let you bring me down? Summer is changing so quickly this time. I'm gonna leave you behind. If you can't change with the wind, this is the end. I was a